Hi everyone, my name is Junon Macéus. I have a health science background and I'm the author of the book Truth and Empathy, How to Find Your Soulmate. And I'll put a link to the book below. This video is about the romantic compatibility between ENTJs and ENTPs. But before we dive into this topic, I would like to underline something about my book. It is written from a health science point of view, so we'll be looking at the anatomy, physiology, brain dominance, and so forth of the 16 MBTI personality types. And based on this information, you can identify your own type, and since I advocate that like attract like, you can determine who's the best match romantically for you long term. Let's go back to the topic at hand. What do ENTJs and ENTPs have in common? Obviously, they're both intuitive thinkers. So these are people who are left brain dominant, so they are object oriented, and also they are interested in the abstract future. The other aspect is that they're both officially extroverts, but they will both be behaving more like introverts because intuitives have better energy than sensors. And since most people are sensors, then both the ENTJ and the ENTP will behave more like introverts. So they'll need time alone or with only a few friends and family members to recharge. Now, this couple will face some challenges. One is that the fact that the ENTJ is a judger. So these are people who are reliable, reachable, organized. And in the case of the ENTJ, these are people who like to organize their environment because they have TE as their first function. By contrast, the ENTP is a perceiver. So these are people who like flexibility in their schedules. They like change at the last minute, so they feel energized by an environment or a schedule that is unpredictable. So the ENTJ will feel that they cannot rely on the ENTP as much as they would like. I mean, again, perceivers can be reliable, reachable, and so forth, but it usually has to do with something that they enjoy. If it's something that is not interesting, usually they are not reliable and reachable and organized. Now, the other challenge is that when you look at the function stack of the ENTJ, they are about conversion type of thinking. So in other words, they have introverted intuition as their second function. So they are looking for the answer. By contrast, the ENTP is about diversion thinking. So they are good at brainstorming because they have extroverted intuition as their first function. So these are people who want new ideas. They want to generate, possibilities. So when they're going to be talking, the ENTJ will want to get to the answer. They want to resolve the issue. They will be sort of intrigued by the fact that the ENTP just wants to explore ideas and not actually take these ideas and implement a plan. So they're not about implementation of ideas. So the other aspect has to do with their religious beliefs. Interesting enough is that although they're both intuitive thinkers, the ENTJ is more likely to be a believer in God or higher power compared to the ENTP, even more so than the INTP, because the ENTP is even less intuitive than the INTP. A person usually organizes their life based on their core beliefs. If a person is an atheist compared to someone who is a theist, that might be an issue. A positive that I've not mentioned before in terms of their relationship is that if you look at the function set of the ENTP, is that they have extroverted feeling as their third function. So that might actually help in the relationship because when you have two thinkers who are together, usually they struggle with their relationship because they're both object oriented. So there might be sort of like a positive aspect to the ENTP who has extroverted feeling as their third function because they're more in touch with their feelings compared to the ENTJ. So there's a pro and con. So in other words, yes, they might be struggling with their romantic relationship. They might need someone like a third party to guide them in this area. But I think it's going to be kind of better than with the, let's say, INTP because of the fact that the feeling function is higher up in their function stack when it comes to the ENTP. So overall, I think it's going to be an okay relationship. I don't, think that's going to be a lot of problems, but it's not going to be ideal because the fact they're both intuitive thinkers. So in other words, they are both interested to have a mind mate. They tend to have high IQs. They are interested in the abstract future, even in terms of how they're going to behave as both as a introverts because they are intuitive, so they have better energy than sensors, so they're not gonna put undue pressure to spend time in crowds for long periods of time. Now they're going to be challenged in terms of their organizational style because the ENTJ is a judger, so they like someone who's reliable, reachable, organized, and they like very much to implement when it comes to the ENTJ. The ENTP is more lax, they like flexibility in their schedule and so forth, so that might be an issue. And the fact that they might not have the same, let's say, religious beliefs. The ENTJ is most likely a believer compared to the ENTP, and the fact that they might not be reaching for the same thing in terms of the ENTJ likes conclusion, they like to implement compared to the ENTP who really wants to explore ideas, brainstorm because they have extrovert intuition as their first function. Now, the fact that the ENTP has extrovert feeling as their third function might help in terms of relationship because they are more in touch with their feelings compared to the ENTJ, but they might still need another person to actually guide them because they're both left brain dominant. So let me know if you agree or disagree with this romantic compatibility analysis by commenting below. If you like this video, if you learned something, please click on the like button. Also remember to click on the notification bell to be notified of other videos I'm going to be making. Subscribe to my channel and we will talk soon.